Effidur floor systems. These are high load-bearing steel panels with optional heating and cooling. Furthermore, effidur offers a wide range of building materials to create an ideal surface for all kinds of floor coverings. The advantages: ideal heat spreading, short heating up periods, warm in less than 10 minutes, high load bearing capacity, ultra thin floor finish of only 10 millimeters. Effidur floor systems consist of two preformed steel sheets that are firmly connected to each other to form a honeycomb-shaped panel. These comb panels are fit as room area, equipped with pipes and backfilled with screed. This way, an innovative, extremely bending, resistant and highly stable floor system is created that can be used for heating or cooling just as required. Two versions are available. WP1000 with a system height of only 10 millimeters. It is especially suited for the retrofit of old buildings where only low constructions are possible. And WP2000 with a system height of 20 millimeters. The advantage here is that heating pipes can be crossed and other media conducts can be integrated into the floor system. Both versions are backfilled with a 5 millimeter screed overlap. The approved system screed effidur SFM is ideally harmonised with the use in effidur floor systems. The subfloor needs to be swept clean of sufficient load-bearing capacity and even to a great extent. We are happy to consult you individually for the covering of imperfections in the subfloor. If necessary, create a height compensation of the subfloor before installing the comb panels. For this, you can use the effidur LAM. It is a concrete-bound light screed that is approved for effidur floor systems. Before fitting the effidur floor system, install a ceiling layer and, if necessary, heat and acoustic insulation according to the building specifications. Now you need to place the border insulation tapes. They shall be fit with an overlap and need to be in close contact with the rising walls. For cutting the comb panels, use the approved effidur tools. A conventional cut-off grinder might be used as well. When measuring the panels for cutting, use fixed points such as bending clips so that the interlocking of the panels is provided. Choose straight and long room sides when picking the first insulation line. Nevertheless, it can also be favourable to start fitting at the small side of the room in order to avoid much waste at the last installation line. Always fit the panels from left to right. The comb panel is made of a lower and an upper element that are connected in a staggered manner. Align the comb panel in a way that the lower element is visible in front and on the right side, pointing towards the direction of the installation. Please do not use pressure when fitting the panels. Fit the comb panels through the cutouts. The bending clips lock in place through the ellipse-shaped holes. Bend the bending clips of the first 3 lines only when the comb panels have been properly aligned, since later there is no correction possible. The bending clips of all further lines can be bent immediately with the effidur bending tool or a nipper in order to stabilise the installed area. You can fit areas of up to 200 square metres without joints if you use the system screed effidur SFM. For larger areas, you need to include expansion joints. These can be made with self-adhesive joint tapes. Additional joint pins avoid differences in height between the floor systems. An oxygen diffusion-proof polyethylene pipe with an outer diameter of 8 mm is used for heating or cooling of the floor system. The pipe has an oxygen barrier that lays protected between two PE layers. This way, the oxygen diffusion into the heating system is avoided and the risk for corrosion is lowered. Before threading the pipe into the steel panels, it should be straightened by slightly pulling it. Then the pipe threader should be screwed into the end of the pipe. This tool makes it easier to direct the pipe. The pipes can be fit crosswise, lengthwise and diagonally. Please make sure that the maximum length of the heating circuits does not exceed 35 meters in order to ensure an operation of the underfloor heating with conventional heating pumps. With this pipe length, an area of 4 square meters can be covered. Any area size can be made by parallel installation of several heating circuits. The heating pipe is always fit in a meander form into the comb panels. Choose long and straight lines with few bends for fitting the pipe. The ideal pipe distance of 12 centimeters can be met by threading the pipe into every second punched row. Effidur turning tools are used to bring the pipe out of the system to form 180-degree bends and to redirect the pipe into the system again without damage. In order to fit these tools into the floor system, you need to cut out 6 bars between the blankings of the upper panel. The cut-out parts of the upper panel are then lifted and the turning tool is fit into this opening. In case you need several turning tools next to each other, arrange them in a staggered manner so that the structure of the comb panels is not weakened by too many cutouts. When forming 90-degree bends, you need to cut out 4 bars between the blankings and then lift the cutout from the upper comb panel. This way, you can thread the pipe without being kinked. Please pay special attention to the cutting edges. They should bend upwards in order to avoid any pipe damage. When threading the pipe, always start in the middle of the heating circuit. It is recommended to let the pipe stick out of the turning tool until the final fixing in order to make a fine tuning easier. Finally, the pipe is pushed through the turning tool and the tool is being removed. Avoid any damage or kinking of the pipe and check it carefully for any surface defects. Use pipe protection caps or close the pipe ends with adhesive tape in order to prevent dirt from entering the pipe. Please clearly mark functionally linked flow and return flow pipes or duct tape them together. Put a copper supporting sleeve into the pipe end before plugging it into the push-in fitting of the manifold. The underfloor heating can be connected in many ways with a heat supply. The best way is an independent, separate pre-mixed heating circuit. A connection via a return flow temperature limiter is also possible. In any way, it shall be possible to regulate the system. You will find more information in our technical handbook. Check the system for leak tightness and function immediately before pouring the screed. The tests are described in our log sheets. You can find them in our technical handbook. The log sheets also serve as documentation. Check again the border insulation and sealing to the subfloor before pouring the screed. The approved system screed effidur SFM stands out for its excellent handling and service quality and an extraordinary stability. Backfill the comb panels with a screed overlap of at least 5 mm and at the most 20 mm above the panels. The embedded steel panels within the screed form a perfect reinforcement of the floor and assure a high stability and an ideal heat spreading. The excellent features of the system Screed effidur SFM make it possible to already heat the system after 24 hours. The heating procedure is described in our technical handbook. The log sheet clearly shows all work steps. It also serves as documentation for the Screed floor layer.